political violence took Charlie Kirk's life. We've been talking about this, and that's still, the rhetoric hasn't toned down at all. The blame game is still getting more and more heated every day. And President Trump now says he's actually going to crack down on left-wing groups, saying he's 100% considering designating Antifa as a domestic terror organization. But we know that political violence is happening on both sides of the political aisle. You have Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, a Democrat and recent victim of political violence himself. He's trying to de-escalate all the hype just months after his home was set on fire in that alleged attempted political assassination. Listen to what he was saying out of Pittsburgh.
There are some who will hear that selective condemnation and take it as a permission slip to commit more violence, so long as it suits their narrative or only targets the other side. Let me be clear, violence is never okay, regardless of the motivation. Violence is never the answer. And we cannot allow violence to be used as a pretext for more violence.
And all the political back and forth comes as that special election is underway now in Minnesota to fill the seat of assassinated former Speaker of the Minnesota House of Representatives, Melissa Hortman. Hortman and her husband were murdered in their home in June. Police say the suspect had a hit list with dozens of Democratic lawmakers and abortion providers. For more, let's bring in former Secret Service agent and ABC News contributor Don Mihalik. So, Don, as someone who has dedicated your life to providing security for top government officials, what do you think about President Trump blaming the left for the growing political violence while downplaying the radical right?
Well, I don't think that you can blame any one side. I think it's across the board right now. We're seeing political violence coming from every corner because of a lot of the divisive talk we're hearing. And I think the political rhetoric is emboldening people, which is easy to do these days with the internet. It's very easy for somebody who might have been on the edge to find somebody online who supports their position or emboldens their position and gives their grievance support, where in the past it might have been more complicated because the individual would have had to go out and find groups or maybe done some personal connecting to do that. So we're in a different time right now, in part because of the internet and the connectivity with people and the ease of people to be radicalized online and to find tacit support and even planning support online.
So we're talking a lot about the role of social media and how it plays in perpetuating violence. It had a role in the killing of Charlie Kirk. What should Congress do in order for these companies to catch and report potential threats? Is there anything that we can do?
It's a great question, Kira, and I think Congress really needs to look at that because we almost have a fire and forget society. They send out tweets, they send out things on the internet, and nobody thinks about the ramifications of what they say. And the cyber companies stand back and basically they're not doing a pretty good job of vetting a lot of this stuff. Some will say because it's a free speech issue, but as we saw in the recent political violence, there was a YouTube video posted in the last shooting incident we had, which was not taken down until after the incident happened. YouTube took it down afterwards. So I think Congress needs to do better oversight of some of the social media and the cyber companies and really needs to look at the latitude they have to self-regulate and to self-edit and maybe sort of bring those companies in and figure out how can we make the laws so that it forces these companies to do a much better job of watching what's going on online and reporting what's going on online sooner rather than later.